Hello, ComixFam. We all remember how Bane shattered Batman's allies like bones under his boots. But tonight is vengeance incarnate. Batman has a plan. Dark, dangerous, and absolute. He's calling in every ally willing to bleed beside him as he marches toward the monster that broke Gotham. But can even the absolute Batman survive the carnage that's coming? Fear not, because today we bring you the ultimate battle of 2025. A showdown carved in blood and fire. So smash that subscribe button, brace your spine, and let's witness the war of titans. Warforge, Absolute Batman, and Catwoman prepare for war. Bruce demanded answers the second he saw her. Why was Selina back in Gotham? She fired back cool as ice. Martha had called her when Bruce vanished, and she came home to help. Before he could react, Alfred snapped awake, locked eyes on her, and immediately barked a warning. He recognized her as the infamous mercenary Catwoman, the ghost of a dozen Black Ops nightmares, the traitor who left a crater's worth of trouble in Malaysia. He told Bruce she had zero loyalty, zero conscience, and a trail of wreckage to prove it. Bruce didn't flinch. He growled that he didn't need a lecture, and Selina was leaving. Period. He dragged her out the door, and then both of them crashed into his apartment like two storms colliding. One thing led to another, and by sunrise they were tangled together in the aftermath. The morning light exposed the roadmap of scars carved across Bruce's body, Ark-M's handiwork. Selina touched them, asking what they had done to him. Bruce shut it down with one question. Is that really what you want to talk about? She admitted it wasn't. He noted that her helmet echoed Black Mask's style. She told him not to pry. He agreed. Too much history on both sides. Instead, Bruce took her on a date. A Gotham-style date, breaking into the abandoned Amusement Mile Pier, stronghold of the Red Hood gang. Instantly, they were surrounded. The Red Hoods snarled that Batman wasn't welcome after trying to order them around. Batman calmly said he wasn't leaving until he talked to their boss. Fists flew. Batman and Catwoman danced through the first wave, Selina dropping bodies with tranquilizer darts. Then another Red Hood atop the Ferris wheel leveled an RPG at them. Bruce shoved Selina aside. Venom surged in his veins like liquid rage. He roared forward, smashing into the Ferris wheel support just as the rocket fired. The whole structure collapsed, tossing the Red Hood into the sea while the missile spiraled off course. The gang circled them again, calling Bruce one of the monsters their leader had warned them about. Selina steadied him, pulling him back from the Venom haze. Bruce told them he had been in Ark-M, where monsters were made, and they almost broke him. Now he was going to burn Bane, Ark-M, and every rotten architect behind it. Then their leader stepped out, Harley Quinn, masked in Red Hood colors. She smirked and told Batman that if he planned to torch Ark-M, they were with him. Meanwhile, in Ark-M, Dr. Arkham pumped more venom into Bane, hitting maximum infusion. Bane promised that soon Batman would replace him, and he would finally go home. But when Arkham asked whether the Joker would actually let him leave, Bane hesitated, then lied to himself. A tech shouted. Batman had hijacked the city broadcast, challenging Bane to a fight at the old Veterans Arena. Win or lose, Bruce promised he wasn't coming back beaten. Back in the cave, Selina begged him not to use Venom. Bruce refused. He said it was the only way, and he could control it. She offered to fight beside him. He refused her too. He wouldn't let Bane break another friend. She said he didn't need to break the rules. He fired back that she never got where she was by following them. She said he was better than her. Bruce said he wasn't anymore, and told her to leave if she couldn't handle it. Hurt, Selina walked out. Alfred gave one last sarcastic jab. Bruce loaded the Batmobile with a cooler of raw meat. Alfred warned him that to win, he would need to bury the man he used to be and unleash the monster beneath. Bruce drove through Gotham's underbelly toward the arena. In the darkness of the sewers, Wayland rose from the water, silently watching the Bat roll toward war. Absolute War, the final battle between Batman and Bane. Previously, Alfred laid out the plan of action to Bruce. He told Bruce that there was only enough venom for 2 infusions running in Bruce's blood. One they will test before the fight, and the other Batman will use to fight Bane as a final resort. And while the plan was discussed, Bruce remembered his family, his friends and allies, and what had happened to them. His mother, his father, Selina, Harvey, Eddie, Ozzy. How they loved him, hugged him, and blamed him. Even Bane, who had taunted him to keep trying. It was his mental fuel for the final fight. Alfred shouted at him and told him to get his senses back. He said, if Bruce failed to pull back from the influence of Venom, then he would put a bullet into his head. Bruce growled, "Let's go to war." Mayor Hill appeared on TV and broadcasted the news that whatever Batman had said previously was a lie. There was no fight happening, and people should honor the 11 p.m. curfew. Martha and Gordon watched the news in anticipation. As soon as the broadcast was over, Hill warned Bullock that the fight was indeed happening at midnight. Hill had got orders from above and instructed Bullock to create a perimeter outside 10 blocks of that place. Meanwhile, Barbara crouched in front of the cowl that Batman had left her. She whispered into the cowl and hoped that Batman better had a plan. At Ark-M, Bane informed Dr. Arkham that Subject 27, Bruce, had only one Venom infusion left in his body. If Bruce's system tolerated it, he could take Bane's place. And then Bane would rest. A long, long rest. And then the night came. Fight night. Son of Gotham versus Beast of the Underworld. Batman's mind drifted for a heartbeat to the night. Wayland had walked into the old arena for his 10-round collision with Bibbo Bibowski. The memory slid into the present like a ghostly omen. Bane let out a roar. "Well, here I am. Where is your champion?" Harley ordered the lights of the arena to be switched on. The arena was lit with floodlights. Batman stood in front of Bane, combat ready. Alfred repeated over the comm, "Stick to the plan. Make Bane drain every last drop of his venom. When he's spent and broken, use your surge and finish him." Batman replied to Alfred, "Stop talking. It's time to fight." He signaled Harley, and she unleashed buzzing swarms of camera drones into the sky. Gotham would witness the truth. No more lies, no more shadows. Bane smiled and said that he was happy that Batman had evolved his ways. Then he asked, "So, your move?" Batman stepped on the trigger. A colossal explosion detonated behind the arena. The skyscraper looming over them cracked in half like a snapped bone and plummeted toward Bane. Batman growled, "I call this move, welcome to Gotham." The building collapsed over Bane with seismic fury. Bane ripped out of the rubble and stood in front of Batman like a titan. He had grown twice his size. Alfred screamed, "Incoming," as he remotely piloted the Bat-tank forward, firing harpoons that embedded themselves into Bane's mutated flesh. Nitro boosters ignited, and the tank hurled itself at Bane's chest. The armored prow ripped into Bane, but another surge of venom pumped through Bane's body, ballooning him even larger. His wounds knitted instantly. Batman realized Bane had done something unnatural. He had rebuilt himself with enhancements buried deep in his biology. Bane threw the Bat-tank at Batman, but he dodged. He roared, "Come on, little man. Is that all you got?" Batman threw his retractable cape and stabbed Bane's left eye. He pulled his cape back and tore away the eye, as Bane screamed in pain. Alfred knew what he was looking at. Batman was a pure genius of violence. He did not know how to stop. He was an ecstatic, calculated prodigy. Batman vaulted back on Bane's back as his eye regrew. He used his bat blades to cut open Bane's back. Fresh blood gushed out. People of Gotham witnessed. The monster bled too. Another venom shot surged through Bane's body. He grew larger. He caught hold of Batman's cape and pummeled him into the ground, repeatedly. Then he leaned down and said, "You make me remember of myself when I was young and stupid." "Go ahead, use your last move," Batman said. "Not now," he signaled Harley again. Harley shrieked over the comms, "Release the green machine." The Red Hood gang opened the underground door, and from inside leaped Killer Croc, as feral and dangerous as the day he walked in to fight Bibbo. Croc jumped in and chomped down on Bane, ripping off chunks of flesh and swallowing them whole. To counter it, Bane shot more venom into himself. His flesh squelched and muscles tightened. His wounds closed, and he became enormous. Batman saw the window and jumped in with his axe. He sliced off Bane's leg as he screamed. Batman taunted him. "What? No fancy quote?" Bane lifted Batman up and said, "Towards gnats and fleas we should show no pity," and threw him away. Batman hit the seats of the arena. For a second, his memory flickered. Wayland's bloody match with Bibbo, where Bruce had watched from the gallery. Back then, Bibbo had nearly killed Wayland before the comeback. Harley's scream broke Batman from his trance. She shouted at him to go and save the crocodile. Alfred's voice over the comms dripped pure horror. He said that Bane was infusing himself with more and more Venom. It was as if there was no limit to it. Bane may never max out on Venom. He would just keep growing bigger and bigger. Meanwhile, Bane held Croc's jaws in both hands and pulled, preparing to rip him into two halves. Alfred urged Batman to get out. Batman said, "No, we stick to the plan." He jumped with the axe in his hands, shouting, "Wayland!" It was the same way he had shouted many nights ago during Wayland's boxing match. He had run through the crowd and reached near the cage, even as the security had held him down. Bruce had screamed, "Way, don't give up." That night, seeing his friend Bruce, Wayland had found a last sliver of strength despite of being in Bibbo's death chokehold. He had countered and flipped Bibbo so hard that Bibbo hit his head badly and Wayland won the match. Tonight, in the arena, it was no different. Bruce still loved his friend. And tonight, he was the freaking absolute Batman. Batman jumped in hard with his axe and slashed Bane's back, shoulder to spine. Bane staggered and fell. Croc crawled towards Batman. He said, "Go now, Way." "Thank you. I got this." Batman walked up on Bane's back and told him, "I have severed your spine at thoracic. That means your legs are gone. But you still have your arms." Saying this, he cut off Bane's arms. Batman whispered, "We are not that different. We have both lost our fathers. But I didn't break my father's heart or his back." An uncontrollable storm of rage flowed through Bane. He infused more venom. All his limits broke. His muscles bulged and grew, tearing out of his flesh and skin, breaking through his bones. His brain protruded out of his skull into his mask. He kept punching and throwing Batman like a rag doll, shouting, "You think you are better than me? You are nothing." He punched Batman into the ground. He had grown into a size of a kaiju. He kept punching. The ground broke. Bane screamed that he had made a sacrifice for his people to keep them safe, because everything was war. Another infusion, he became an ever-growing mountain of muscles. With every punch, he kept screaming at Batman, "Use the venom." Dr. Arkham's voice trembled with awe and terror. Bane's cells had transcended regeneration. They had become embryonic, undifferentiated, primal matter capable of infinite evolution. Bane was becoming a biological singularity, a living miracle of destruction. Bane punched Batman again and shouted, "I am done with mine. Now you use it." Batman smiled through blood and broken teeth and said, "Okay, I will," and called out for Catwoman. Catwoman stood high above and whispered, "I got you, baby," and shot venom darts at Bane. Dr. Arkham screamed from the other end. As the venom from the darts hit Bane's bloodstream, his system was overloaded beyond repair. His muscles, no longer in shape, grew out of every corner of his body. Bane screamed, "Wait!" Batman shouted, "No!" and threw the axe. The axe hit the venom pipe connected to Bane's brain, and there was a big explosion. Bane detonated in a colossal eruption of blood, organs, sinew, and venom. Alfred witnessed everything, and he had only one question in his mind: how? It was revealed that with the help of Catwoman and Eddie, Batman had extracted the last infusion of venom in his body. Catwoman had used that venom to overload Bane. As Gotham watched, Batman stood up. He used the bat tank to scrape of Bane's remains from the floor and dump it into the sea. Even Harvey was happy that Bruce had avenged them. Days passed. Selina left, but with a vial of venom tucked away in her case. In Coda, Dr. Arkham stood in front of a glass cage filled with venom. Inside it, the eyes and brain and the remaining cells of Bane rested and regrew. However, it was sentient. It could feel. Dr. Arkham told Bane's remains that his cells were a marvel, and then opened up a laptop and started a call. From the other side, Absolute Joker appeared. He told Bane, "I know you wanted to retire, but I sincerely believe that would not make you happy. You love this war. So, as a friend, I am going to help." Joker showed him the footage of Santa Prisca. As Bane's wife and son stood there looking at the sky, Joker, bombed the entire island as the fires engulfed everything he loved and cared for. Bane's eyes saw it all. Joker leaned close to the camera and whispered, "Now you are free." That marks the end of Bane's arc, my ComixFam. Absolute Batman number 15 will drop in next in this playlist. The arc that everyone has been waiting for. The Absolute Joker arc. Till then, check out our video on everything we know about Absolute Joker. Let us know your thoughts in the comment box. Keep buying comic books, stay tuned, and stay absolute.